Adam DePuy with me right now. He has had a couple of sessions in his 305 Sprint car. Was here for the first practice. Things did not go as well, but before we get going, we just saw somebody new pretty much just trash a car in the front stretch, and you say you could really feel for him.
Yeah, it's scary. You know, you put a lot of time in these cars, but when we strap in, we know that anything could happen. I mean, it's not when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen. You know, it's going to happen sometime. So
when and how bad, right?
Yeah, well, you just hope that, you know, thank God he's okay.
Yeah, they did tell everybody he's fine. So we didn't see exactly what happened, but I can't think of his name, but he's a new driver, so we'll be thinking about you, bud, and hoping you're okay. You had problems first night. What was going on?
We were getting too much fuel to the injection, so it was really riching in the car up, so it's just popping and stuff like that. So we made some adjustments over the week, and tonight it was phenomenal. I mean, for my first time being in the car and really getting to go full throttle, it was a feeling like I've never felt.
Why was it flooded, and why was it running so rich?
Just we didn't put an extra line on, so we had to put a second return line, just so it wasn't pushing so much fuel to the injection.
And then now it's fine?
Now, it ran great all night so far. We parked it for the night. We want to, save it for opening night and make sure we didn't screw up.
So why the move like this? I mean, because usually when you see guys going to sprints, they're not going from a street stock to a sprint.
It was just over the winter. It was a cost perspective. We've got an older street stock that I still have, and we were getting just beat by a car, not a driver. So it kind of, made sense to the money side of it. Made sense. Okay. So are you comfortable now a little bit? I just told, I don't remember who I told, but I was very surprised. I told Matt Metz. I was very surprised at how quick I picked it up and how drivable the cars are. I mean, I don't want to say it like cockiness, but they're like an overgrown go-kart, it kind of feels
really?
like. Okay. They got a ton of grip and a ton of downforce, so it's fun. We'll see when it gets slick and see if I could drive it then. Well,
I talked to Max, who was here the last time, and it was his first time in a sprint car, and he said the biggest thing is getting used to leaning to the left. It's totally opposite of everything you felt up till now.
Last week that's the one thing I kept leaning to the right.
Really?
I'm like, wait a minute, the car wants to go left. What am I doing?
How weird is that the first time it does that?
It's an odd feeling, but it doesn't upset you too much once you get used to it. Like I said, tonight the second session was really good for us, and we'll make some tweaks on it, and we'll keep learning. I mean, we're new. None of my crew knows anything about them. I didn't know anything about them.
Who's helping you then? Because you can't do this yourself.
Well, I mean, there's a couple guys that come through. Like last week, Dan Cron helped us out. This week it was Matt Metz who was helping us out. Okay. So there's plenty of people that help each other out. We don't. The whole racing community is like that. If you have a problem, somebody's going to step in and help you out.
Well, especially in sprints, I noticed it seems to be almost a brotherhood because everybody kind of knows what can happen. And I think they kind of help each other a little more maybe than some other divisions.
I don't know if it's more.
Well, we haven't been there long enough to find out.
Yeah, but even when I was in the street stock class, I mean, if you had a problem, you call somebody up or at the track, everybody would help anybody. I mean,
Yeah, like when he brings his car in just now, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are going to be there to help him evaluate, to help him start to strip it down, to already kind of put a little parts list together of the things you might need. Some of the guys, too, that have gone to sprints say, and I'm going to show everybody this while we're doing it, you can see what I'm doing, they say this is the toughest part to get to learn, is the fuel injection. Is that what you're thinking and hearing?
I don't really notice a difference. I mean, there's
well, I guess tunability is what I was thinking.
Yeah, and there's more throttle response right there, but overall, once you put it to the floor, and it's a tacky track like it is tonight, I mean, you're just holding on and turning left.
So that's the fastest you've felt in a car so far then?
Oh, definitely.
From speed and acceleration?
Maybe a 360 late model, we had some speed in that, but...
I forgot you did that for a while.
These are just a different animal. The wing is just so... The wing makes the difference in everything.
Yeah.
You can feel the downforce and the G-forces from that wing pushing down on you.
Other thing Max said, he never steered to the right so much in one lap in his life.
So it's like you're moving the wheel all the time.
Very constantly, huh?
Yeah, because they just want to drive off the rear wheels. They don't care about the front end.
Yeah. And the back just wants to come around, so you got to stop it from doing that.
Maybe that's just me getting used to it, but
No, you're not the first one to tell me that. So.
I felt like I was just turning back and forth, like a kid on one of the merry-go-rounds.
I like the smile. That's the smile you get that you can only get from being in a fast race car. Is that about right?
You know, when everything goes right, you need to smile, because when it goes bad, it sucks.
Well, how often, if you had to take a guess, out of all your races, how often do you have that smile? Half the time? 3/4 of the time? A quarter of the time?
I love racing.
Well, you weren't smiling last week at the practice, though, were you?
Well, we were still smiling because it's still racing is fun. You're going to have problems.
Okay.
If you get down on yourself and you get mad, I mean, you're not going to fix anything.
That's true.
You know, so you got to keep a positive attitude, work on it, and try to get it fixed.
Your girlfriend urged you to hold on to and I might be getting you in trouble here, to the street stock. Is she right?
She's right. You know,
okay.
The car's been really good to us over the years, and she didn't want me to sell it just in case we didn't like the sprint car. And even if I do like the sprint car, I probably won't sell it.
All right, so now what we got to do then, we got to talk Paul into a powder puff race so we can get her out there. What do you think?
I don't know if she could reach the pedals or see over the steering wheel.
Yeah, she's only like, what, 5'2", maybe?
If that.
If that. So, well, we could be like Rico. We could put little things on the bottom of her shoes.
I'll have to put 10-foot 2x4s in there for her. Put some hand controls.
There you go. Good to see you, seriously, and I'm glad things went well for you tonight. Okay?
Thanks, Doug.
So look for him. We're hoping we're going to be racing this Saturday, but we'll see how things go.